Hi, my name is Dr. Ramirez, and I teach in the Department of Sociology here at Valdosta State University, and I also teach in the Women's and Gender Studies program here at Valdosta State University. I'd like to thank Ms. Sandra Jones and the Diversity and Inclusion Department for inviting me to speak to you all today. Thank you very much. Um, Today is International Women's Day, and I really would like to reflect on last year, if you will allow me to do that. I know that last year and this year, the focus has been the global pandemic, and as it should. I get that. That is a great concern that requires a great deal of attention. However, last year was 2020, and last year marked the centennial of women's right to vote in the United States. This is monumental, and it's really the focus of what I want to speak on today. Women in this country have only had 100 years legally to vote. And that is not really that long when you think about it. It's a lifetime, maybe a little bit more for some folks, but that is not a long time when you think about um, the level of involvement that women have had in this country and prior to this country being developed and the work that they put towards the development of this nation. Um, and so, with that said, I'd like to focus that even the big names that we see with the women's movement, like Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Susan B. Anthony, these are big figurehead individuals who get a lot of credit, but they are not the reason why these things came to pass. These things come to pass when people get together and work collaboratively. And the hashtag Choose to Challenge slogan for this year, I think, really speaks to that. Because my challenge for myself and the challenge that I'm going to ask each of you to participate in is how can we become involved in social justice right where we're at? How can we become activists right where we're at? As a feminist, I believe in the equality of all genders. I believe that we should all have equitable and equal access to resources, that nobody in this nation should be left out from any of that. I believe that social justice is beyond just the distribution of wealth, opportunities, and privileges within society. I believe that social justice is an affirmation of humanity with the goal of everyone living as liberated life as they possibly can. And I think that that has a long way to go. However, I think each of us has something that we can add to making that possible. We have our time. Some of us have access to money. We have a knowledge base. Some of us are very knowledgeable in certain areas. We have skill sets. And here's one that I think a lot of us forget. We have certain connections. Some of us have more connections than others that we can utilize to connect people and to collaborate to make movement. And I think that sometimes folks can get so caught up in the big movements, like the macro level types of movements, that they forget that a lot of change happens at the small level, the micro level. Families discussing, meaningful change within their homes, communities getting together, people organizing within local municipalities, state-run organizations. Oftentimes, the greatest movements that end up coming to pass are the small steps that we make today in making that change possible. So I'd like just to make a simple request. When you think about your hashtag Choose to Challenge today, I'd like for you to think about something you would like to see change, something within your communities, your state, something that you would like to see changed. And then I'd like you to think about how you want that to happen. Just do all of this internally. And then if you have an opportunity, if there's somebody sitting beside you right now, or if you get a chance to talk to somebody later, I'd like for you to share with them what you were thinking and how you would like for it to happen. And then just see where that conversation goes with that person. To me, that is the first step to activism. And I honestly believe that if we are to spearhead women's rights, gender equality in this nation, and the world for that matter, then it starts with just having a conversation. And then from there, we hope and we challenge each other that action will follow that conversation. So thank you so much for allowing me to speak to you all today on this wonderful day of International Women's Day. Good luck to each of you. Have a wonderful and safe year. Thank you.